Back pain should not be stopping you from keeping that volley going while you're playing your pickleball game today. I'm Dr. Christina, the Picky PT, and I want to tell you about why you might be having back pain as you play games like pickleball or tennis, and changes in your movement habits and exercises that you can do to reduce that back pain and make sure that you don't have to cut that game short and you can play as long as you want each and every day. So what I find is common in most people who complain of low back pain during sports such as pickleball, volleyball, or really any sport that requires you to hit overhead, such as volleyball, is that they're often underusing their core muscles and overusing their back extensor muscles to try and get more power behind their hit. So instead, what you want to do is you want to be conscious of holding your core in order to maintain a neutral posture in your spine, even as you are in a ready position, you are hitting overhead, or you're hitting across your body. At no point do you want to be arching your back and holding your chest up, overusing your back extensors to hit forward, or overusing your back extensors to get that paddle across. So how do we do that? Well, there's simple exercises that you can do as a warm-up or a strengthening to train your brain to move better. So if you want to practice doing squats and making sure that you are, number one, opening up your hips backwards instead of bending your knees forwards. So you want to open up your hips, and as you do that, you want to allow your chest to be in neutral and not be holding your chest up, okay? One of my biggest pet peeves when I see people in the gym doing squats is they're watching themselves in the mirror in front of them and they're holding that chest up, which is just getting them to overuse those back extensors. And as far back as your chest, as your bottom goes, your chest should be going down, all right? Now, coming up out of that squat, in order to practice using your core, you want to go ahead and pull in your lower abdominals, pulling your pubic bone up to your belly button, and then continue to roll up through your core as you come up out of that squat. This is a great warm-up before you play pickleball or tennis, but it's also a great exercise because it trains you to use your core to be the thing that you are engaging as you're in this ready position, okay? So instead of standing in a ready position like this, we're gonna have that chest down a little bit more, pulling that core in, and it's gonna keep our back nice and long so we don't end up overstraining our back muscles. Number two, you can go ahead and do exercises in a kneeling position at a cable column machine, using a TheraBand, or just using your body weight and a paddle so that you can practice using your core as you reach across or as you reach over. So in a kneeling position, you're going to have the resistance off to this side, the side with your leg that you're kneeling on, and you're going to pull across while also pulling your core backwards, okay? So I'm at no point reaching forward and allowing my rib cage to move forward or allowing my back to arch. Instead, I'm pulling in as I pull across. I'm thinking about pulling that pubic bone to my belly button and also pulling my rib cage in towards my spine as I pull across my body, which is how you should move when you're doing a forward hand or backhand hit. So that should instead look like this, reaching across as you hit versus reaching across and arching your back. This is going to reduce the overuse of your back extensors. It's also going to improve the length of your spine because if I use my core, you can see how long my spine remains. But if I instead overuse my back extensors, you can see how pinched my spine gets. And it even is getting more pinched on one side compared to the other. So if you have one-sided back pain more than the other, and you tend to hit with one hand more than the other, we can often figure out which side of your core we need to be working better so that you don't have these back issues. Same thing applies for the overhead hitting. Like I said, if you're gonna be hitting overhead, you don't want to arch your back to reach for that ball. You wanna be pulling the core in as you reach for that ball, okay? So your posture would look like this rather than like this as you reach over. If you make these small changes to your posture and you use these exercises as warm-ups, but also as strengthening, you should be able to change the habit of how you move and naturally move with better posture so you aren't overusing your back extensors or causing more pinching on one side of your back more than the other. Try these things out and let me know in the comments if they helped you with your back pain. If they didn't, though, make sure to reach out to a neuromuscular expert, a physical therapist like myself, who could develop a personalized exercise program for you and make sure that you're doing all these moves exactly right and you're learning how it feels in your body rather than just watching and thinking, okay, well, I'm moving correctly, so why isn't it helping? You have to be able to feel the lengthening in your spine. You have to be able to feel the core engaging in order to make this a successful use of your body as you're playing these activities. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can make small changes in your movement habits, how you can use small exercises as strengthening or warm-ups to reduce any pain that you have during your favorite hobbies like pickleball or during everyday activities, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, Dr. Christina, and I will continue to share information like this surrounding all kinds of habits such as running, walking, playing pickleball, or everyday movement habits as well.